Hey everyone, thanks for waiting. I'm Clay Emo. I'm at Canuck Clay on Twitter. I'm at Clayton Emo on Instagram. I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club. This is my Canucks take all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary live post-game, about 3 hours after post-game on a night where the Vancouver Canucks got defeated by the Montreal Canadiens 6-2 in Montreal, game 2 of the 6-game road trip. Montreal has taken 7 out of 8 points from the Canucks this season. So again, thanks for waiting. I had a work event tonight. Hold your questions. We'll get to those in a second. But I wanted to just say hello. And I know the game ended 3 hours ago, but because I wanted to do work event, and I wanted to still jump on a stream for some time with you tonight. So right away, I want to give a shout out to my Hall of Fame members. And that is, I'm going to check one thing on my stream settings real quick. It looks like it's buffering a little bit. Give me 1 second. And then I'm going to just try and switch this as we go and see if it's... Oh, I can't change it while we're going. Okay. Well, let's see what happens. And hopefully it sticks with us for the rest of the night. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stop this and I'm going to restart this. So give me... Yeah, I'm just like the Canucks. I'm having a little trouble getting going. Okay, let's just try it. Let's just see what happens. So subscribe if you'd like to. Hopefully we can get through without it going crazy. And I want to give a shout out to my Hall of Fame members, Jens95 and simalexander, Just Incredible, and nucksfan number 29. And I wanted to let you know that for the rest of this month. So for everyone that joined me, everyone that already joined as a member in January, and anyone that's going to join in February, I'm going to put a little contest together where I'm going to do a draw for anyone that joins as a member for last month or this month. I'm going to do a draw at the end of February, and someone will win a $25 gift certificate to Vanbase to the Canucks team store. So again, only join if you want to. There's no pressure to join as a member, but you're welcome to support me that way. And I'll get your questions right away. But I want to also say that thank you, no matter where you are, whether you're my part of the Lower Mainland in Steveston, in Richmond, in the Lower Mainland, in the city, in the province, in the country, on the continent, or around the world. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you waiting. And let's get going with the stream. It looks like it's a little laggy today, so we'll see how we do, and and if it gets too bad, then I'll restart the stream, or we'll figure something out. But I made one change, and I don't think that the change was for the better. Okay, so thanks for waiting around. Like this video if you probably didn't like the performance, but like the fact that we can hang out together and chat after a Canucks game. Face-offs were relatively even. Canucks went 0 for 3 in the power play. Montreal went 1 for 3. Canucks out hit the Canadiens 30-26. But I think the biggest thing is obviously too many giveaways, too many odd man rushes, too many breakaways given against. And yeah, let's just talk about things. It's probably good that we're actually doing these 3 hours after the game, because I think I don't know about you, although I was working, I had a bit of chance to calm down. I didn't get to see the third period because I was setting up for what I was doing at work. But I saw the highlights, and I watched enough of the first and second periods where it just did not look good. A lot of line didn't look good. A lot of defensive miscues. I think Chatfield and Ben came down to earth a little bit. But I'd love to hear what you guys to say. More casual, in that it's a little smaller tonight, maybe because of the big gap. But yes, I will start. Let's go with questions only first. But it looks like if there aren't a lot of comments, then I can try and get to everything. So let's go. And thanks again for everyone who's being here, and not just the Hall of Fame members, but for everyone. You can tell if you are a member because you have that little CCC logo by your name. So I appreciate that. So this first question I see is Jacob. Do you think we will bounce back tomorrow? I sure hope so. I think it's Demko will be in net. I'm not at all blaming Holtby. The Canucks gave up 40 shots, and Holtby made a lot of good saves on breakaways and stuff. I'm not blaming Holtby at all. But yes, I think you go Demko, and I think it's a matter of pride. It's a matter of pride. We've gotten our butt whipped 3 out of 4 times against Montreal. It's a pride thing. So I certainly hope we're able to bounce back tomorrow. Recon, you think the line changes are good? If you mean, yeah, I was surprised that Roussel, I kind of made a joke about it actually, that I was surprised that Roussel was playing, given that he was in the media availability today. And I even made a joke actually during my vlog today that said they never ever tried out someone for media availability and then he doesn't play. Well, apparently there was something wrong with him. Travis Green did say after the game that it was a medical issue, a health issue, as opposed to a hockey issue. So obviously Virtanen took Roussel's spot on the fourth line, and I actually thought Virtanen had a pretty good game. He had 5 hits, he had 3 shots on goal in 14 minutes of ice time, and he certainly wasn't the problem tonight. Oh, Dexter, sorry, I missed this one. Says, Clay, I saw what you did to your finger on Insta story. Did it affect your performance or did you kill it? Well, it's not that gross now because it's don't worry, I wouldn't show you anything that grosses you out. So I don't know if you can see this. I'm not sure how good the webcam is, but there's a little cut on the end of my 4th finger there. I vacuum every night. I do a quick vacuum of the house, and in the kitchen, I was moving our water cooler out of the way. We don't even use it anymore, actually. But when I had the vacuum in one hand, and then I reached around the water cooler with the other hand, and then I jabbed it with something sharp, and it was gushing last night. Like as I was running to the sink. I don't know why I was running the sink because it wasn't a burn, but I was running into the sink and there was a blood trail actually to the sink, but I was able to calm it down. And so I ended up playing the piano for my work event tonight and it was fine. I wore a Band-Aid all night and then all day, and then I took it off just before I played because I didn't want to play 2 keys at the same time because of my fat fingers. It's already fat, and then with the Band-Aid, it made it worse. So Dexter, thank you very much for asking. Yes, I was fine tonight. Ethan, why do you think Juolevi's been scratched lately? And will he be back in the lineup tomorrow, hopefully over Ben? He played well prior to being scratched. So that's interesting, Ethan. I think they like Nate Schmidt on the left, and that's the side that Juolevi plays. Then you put Chatfield, you bring in Chatfield on the right, and Chatfield did play well. Ben did play well up until tonight. Tonight, Ben was only -1 in 16 minutes, and Chatfield was -1 in 17 minutes. So they still got a decent amount of ice time. But yeah, maybe you give Juolevi a look for his, I don't know actually, I was going to say for his offense, but offense hasn't been the issue. Wow, it looks like we just added a member. So it is Patrice789. Patrice, thank you very much for your all-star membership. I really appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. And now we are at 19. Our goal is to get to 50. Patrice, you are entered into that draw to win a $25 gift certificate, the van base, and more importantly, you get the loyalty badges, the custom emojis, and you will get a shout out. I'll put you written a shout out in all of my vids now. So Patrice, thanks very much for that. And to answer your question, does Juolevi get in tomorrow? I'm not sure if he's going to make a big difference, but maybe tomorrow is the chance to make a change in your in the lineup. So we'll see. We will see. Chatfield and Ben, I mean, they're playing well today, though, up until tonight. Inferno. Oh, Justin, Hall of Fame member. Have faith in the GLCPC. We know the Canucks are better than this. Yes, we do know that they're better than this. They've showed it, but man, we don't match up well against Montreal. Inferno, Clay, if you had a choice of being coached by Green, Willie D, or Torts, who'd you pick? Are you talking about if you're talking about me being coached by them? Willie, I think he's a nice guy, but I think he's too passive. Torts, I think he'd make me cry. So I actually think I'd pick Travis Green. You know, it's interesting that Tortorella year, we were doing well. We were battling for a playoff spot until he stormed the Calgary Flames dressing room, got suspended for 10 games, and then we lost a lot of those 10 games, and then we did not make the playoffs, and then he was fired right after that season. But if you're talking about me, it would be Travis Green. Fangirl. Hey, Clay, what was the biggest downfall of this game as I turned off the game after 3-1 Montreal? Discipline. Lack of discipline by both the forwards and the defensemen. They were basically back to the same team they were against Montreal. Maybe Montreal has a lot to do with it because of their speed, but they were, lack of discipline. So therefore, not from a penalty standpoint, from a coverage standpoint. Blowing coverages, trying too hard, and Montreal's too good, makes you pay. Gabriel, do you think the poor performance tonight was more Montreal's having the Canucks number or just generally bad play? Gabriel, great question. I always think it's a combination of both. Montreal forces a lot of issues and we have issues. So I truly think it's both. Jacob, why don't you think they didn't switch goalies? My friend said it's to save Demko for tomorrow. It absolutely is. If you already know that Demko is going to play tomorrow, why put him in today and tire him out? It's not like you're hanging Holtby out to dry. And I don't think Holtby's mad at Travis Green. Holtby's a veteran. He gets it too. They knew that Holtby was going to play today, that Demko was going to play tomorrow. So why bring Demko in a mean-nothing situation and tire him out or risk getting him injured when he's going to play tomorrow? Brand new start. Remember, we play tomorrow. If we win tomorrow, then we get our sweep out of Montreal. We get a split out of Montreal. And I keep saying, take 1 out of 2 to Montreal, take 2 out of 3 from Toronto. So we still have a chance to take 1 out of 2 from Montreal. But obviously, we have to win tomorrow. Brad, hope work was okay. Hope work was okay, Clay. Thank you, Brad. Montreal will get Demko tomorrow. I like that. Should we clean the house if we miss the playoffs? Tom, I don't think you mean cleaning my house, but you guys are welcome to come over and clean my house. But you're talking about should we clean house? It depends how badly we miss the playoffs. But if we just miss it by a point or two, no. I think naturally there's going to be some guys moving on anyways. But if we miss very badly, then yeah, I think we have to take a hard look at some of the players that we have here. But it's way too early. I know you're concerned, Tom, and hopefully your negativity is coming from a genuine place, which I presume it is. I will not make any judgment. So it's still early, though. It's still early. By the way, thanks. I'm really sorry for how poorly the stream started. I got to work on some settings. But as I was saying, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And definitely like this video. Don't like the Canucks performance, but like the fact that we're able to hang out today. And once again, thank you for your brand new membership, Patrice789. Some people saying hi. Thank you. Dexter, maybe it has something to do with the death of Roussel's agent. That's true. Antoine Roussel's agent did pass away, so health doesn't always necessarily mean physically. You're right. Maybe Roussel wasn't fit to play today. Great point, Dexter. Great point. Nick, thoughts on Holtby? I didn't think he was horrible, but certainly wasn't great. Demko seems to be 1A right now. Demko is the number one. And thoughts on Holtby? It's not his fault we lost. He faced 40 shots, but sometimes when Demko faces 40 shots, he saves a bit more than Holtby. But I'm certainly not going to blame Holtby tonight. And the players weren't either. Nate Schmidt was saying they left their goaltender out to dry. Edmund didn't have a good day. I'm sorry to hear that. Recon, what do you think of this? Besser on the left, where Milucci goes on the power play. Everything else is the same. Just Besser and Miller switch. I'd be open to that. Then you have Besser on his one-timer side. And Miller is an excellent passer. I've said that before. He's an excellent passer from down low. So I'd be open to that switch for sure. And I think they will go to that look once in a while. I agree, Nick. Vertanen was our best player tonight. What do you think of the Lotto line? Why do you think they weren't so hot tonight? Dill Sauce, you know what I think? I think they thought that they were back on top of their game. And I actually think they got a little bit complacent. I also think Miller in particular tries too hard. He tries to do much, especially in the offensive zone. He forces things, and that's why a lot of the Lotto line odd man rushes against are because of JT Miller. I'm not saying he's a bad player. Of course not. He's a great player. But I do think he tries too hard sometimes. Nick says you'll ever replace Chatfield tomorrow, maybe, but then you're bouncing Nate Schmidt to the right side, but maybe that's fine. The other thing about Schmidt, both Schmidt and Ben can swap sides, play both sides. Patrice is from Quebec. Awesome, Patrice. Thanks for staying up. Thanks for the membership. I appreciate that. Justin, other than Toronto, Montreal, which of the remaining teams do you think have the best shot at securing one of the final 2 spots? I say it's a 3-team race between Vancouver, Winnipeg, and Calgary. Yeah, at the start of the season, Justin, I said Toronto, Calgary, Vancouver, Montreal, Edmonton, Winnipeg. So Winnipeg had a good start, but I'm not still convinced of them. I think it will be, now that I've seen Montreal, I think it'll be Toronto, Montreal. And then you're right. I think it is that 3-team race. And it's very interesting, by points, we're still third in the division, but that's because we played 12 games compared to everyone else. By points percentage, we're actually 5th in the division because of Calgary's win tonight. So we'll see what happens. You think they regret picking Juolevi over Tkachuk? I think a lot of you can say that about a lot of players and a lot of teams. It's easy to say that now. Regret, I don't know if that's a strong word, but I will say Tkachuk would look good in our lineup right now for sure. All right, so hey Clay, thoughts on the complete 360 from the last 4 games today? Very good, Arsenal. That means I know you're watching my videos. I saw your video. Thoughts on the amount of turnovers and odd man rushes we give up. Okay, so I'll answer the first part first. I made a joke that sometimes when people try and say that they did a complete change, they say they did a complete 360. But that makes no literal sense. It means you do a spin and keep going the same way. Obviously, we're talking about doing 180s, but you're right, Arsenal. It was like another 180 back to the original direction today. I just think that they got a little complacent and that Montreal is a much faster, I wouldn't say, they're probably better too, but they're certainly a much faster team than both Winnipeg and Ottawa. Riley, what would you do if the Canucks won the Cup? I'd be pretty happy. I think I would do like a 24-hour live stream. I think I would go downtown if it was safe to do so, to celebrate. And I think that would be one of the happiest days of my life. I wouldn't say it would be the happiest day of my life because I think I have to put my marriage to Gail, my wedding to Gail, and the birth of our 3 kids ahead of that, although it's very close. Would you consider Jalen Chatfield playing with Hughes? Edmund, I'm not sure. They tried Hamnick. Not so good. Ben was good until tonight. I think you could try Chatfield. I think there's enough confidence in him. Recon, what do you guys think we need to do at the trade deadline? I think it's too early to talk about that right now. And it really depends on where we are. If we're out of a playoff spot, then we might actually be trading some UFAs to get some assets. Noah, hi Clay. Should Green put Höglander, Petey, Best, or Miller, Horvat, Pearson? Yeah, I'd be open to that. I think you can only do so many changes within the top 6. So you're basically swapping Höglander and Miller. I'd be open to it. Höglander is a similar player to Miller. He's not as good yet, but he definitely has the work rate for sure. I'd be up to it. Dexter, maybe us cleaning the house would be the only way we get a house tour. Dexter, I think I will do a house tour one day. I'd have to use a bit of a different setup though, because I have all these wires now. I think I might do that maybe I'll do that for one of the behind the streams videos. We'll see, behind the scenes videos. But yes, I did promise that house tour and that never happened. But there's more demand for an NHL live stream, which I got whooped in. Fangirl, with all the new travel restrictions, do you think we bend the curve of COVID as paying $2,000 to quarantine might stop people coming to Canada? Yeah, that's obviously Justin Trudeau's hope by those very big penalties for sure. Thoughts on the Canucks power play? So frustrating to watch. It seems like they're trying to be too fancy in passing instead of shooting. Yeah, actually, I didn't see a bunch of the power plays. Did Montreal's penalties happen in the third period? Because I didn't see a lot of power plays. At least I don't remember them getting a lot of good looks. Aside from and then when they did, they got scored on actually on the power play. But yeah, I think they got to ground and pound. They got to put pucks to the net and go to the net and create some dirty goals for sure. I would agree with that. Practical guy, Clay, are we missing Tanev? Our defense as a team is not as good as last year. Yeah, as much as we can say that we didn't like the contract he got, that we wouldn't have done it, I think it's undeniable that his calming force is missing. Hamnick was supposed to be that guy. Ben maybe, but no, Tanev is still a very good player. Hey, Clay, do you think Demko will keep a save percentage up tomorrow? Chris, I don't know if he's going to go 970 or 980 and only let in a goal, but if he gets a win, I think that's all we care about. Dexter, what's with PD only showing up against bad teams so far? Pretty much got most of the points in Ottawa. Yeah, that's going to be a good test to him. I think Miller was worse than PD, but they go together for sure. So it'd be nice if he turned around. We're going to need him. Obviously, we're going to need him against... There's more good teams than bad. Well, if you call Toronto, Montreal, Calgary all good teams, Winnipeg, yeah, we need more Pettersson for sure. Hughes tries to be too hard at times too. Sometimes simpler is better. Oh, Hughes tries too hard. I would agree with that, Canuck for life. Inferno going with the Torts Don't Push Me song. That was fun. Dominic, hi Clay. Me and my dad are both sick, so I just came to stop by and say hi because I have to go get some rest so I can go to school the next day. Yes, Dominic, I hope you're well. I hope it's not too serious, but please get better. Yeah, watch this whenever you can. Go to bed. Dill Sauce, what was your favorite save by Holtz tonight? I actually thought a couple of his saves at the end on breakaways were pretty good. I like them not necessarily because of quality, but because Holtby was still fighting, battling until the very end. So I can't think of a 5-alarm save, but I do think that told me about his battle level for sure. Raquan, say we got one more player that would be in a top 6 guaranteed. Who do you think would be sent down the third line? If we got a top 6 guaranteed player, then you move Pearson or Höglander down. You could probably move Höglander down, actually, as good as he is, but he's going to get his chances. Pearson, last year of his contract. But I think it would be one of the two, Pearson or Höglander, you'd move down. Yeah, there, Ethan says Pearson. Chris, do you think the defense needs to skate a bit faster? I was thinking about this today. Hughes is a good skater. He's not the fastest skater. There's a difference between fast and quick and nifty. Like Makar is fast. Hughes is a good skater. Myers is a good skater for his size. Schmidt is an okay skater. I actually thought he'd be better. But then Ben's slow. Chatfield's okay. Edler's really slow. So yeah, I think we don't have the most mobile defense. But Montreal doesn't have the most mobile defense either. But they certainly have mobile forwards. Gary, speaking of playoffs, what did you do in the 2011 Stanley Cup Finals run? I was there every night at every game, at home game. I was vlogging every night. I have some pretty funny vlogs from that 2011 season 10 years ago. And that night that the Canucks lost, I stayed in the arena for an hour because I watched the Bruins celebrate, and I was getting messages from my wife and others saying, don't leave because there's rioting happening downtown. So crazy. Travis Hamonic, any updates? No, Edmund, he's ending the end of his 10 days now, so we'll see. I haven't heard a thing, though. Noah, did you hear Tanev score tonight from his own blue line? I will have to check that out, Noah. Do you have a favorite AHL team? I like the Stockton Heat. Riley, actually don't. I don't follow the AHL. Obviously, I would like Utica because that's where the Canucks players are. You guys still going with Don't Push Me lyrics, which is fine. PD can't score a one-timer of his life dependent on it right now, like Clay. Yeah, Dexter, he's got to find stronger sticks, or sticks don't break. Yeah, Reaction Club, I don't think you have to watch tonight. Dexter says Miller was bad. Jacob says only one of the 3 penalties were in the third. Thank you. And I tuned in late, so I missed the first power play. So I guess I only saw one of them, but I obviously can't remember it that well. Dill Sauce, have you noticed a difference in Pettersson skating this year as in not as strong, confident? I did notice that he was falling a lot in the first few games. He doesn't fall as much right now, but we hopefully today was a blip and then he gets back to it tomorrow. Justin, what are your thoughts on the JV for Bennett rumors? Would you do that and move Gaudette to the wing? I would do that, but I don't think Calgary would. And yes, I would move Gaudette to the wing. Riley, did you ever listen to rock music as a kid? No, it's never been my cup of tea. Ethan, assume Holtby is selected by Seattle in the expansion draft. Who would be the Canucks backup? DiPietro or another free agent signing? Well, you got to think DiPietro will have another year of experience under his belt. What kind of experience he's going to get this year? I could see the Canucks bringing in like a backup goalie to battle DiPietro. You can't have enough depth in net. So if Holtby is taken, I do think there's not enough. There's DiPietro and there's Kylie, right? So I think you need one more goalie. Is Ferland ever coming back? Ty goalie? I wouldn't say he's coming back this season. That's why we found this $3.5 million in terms of cap space. So no, I don't think Ferland's coming back this season. Canuck for life. Was anyone on the feed old enough to remember the 92 run? I am. I'm 46 years old, so I was 8 years old back then. Oh, Dexter, I missed this. The Canucks remind me of the Titanic. They both look good until they hit the ice, Clay. Yeah, Dexter, not one of your finest works, but that's Noah. Can't stay long tonight. Got to study. No, Noah. School first for sure. Do you follow women's hockey? No, I don't. Reaction. I don't have the. I don't say I don't have the time, but I haven't had the time or energy yet. Another question, Clay, about PD from Chris. What are your thoughts of him not shooting and trying to make more plays on shot chances that he does have? Yeah, I think he just hasn't found the balance. Sometimes we want him to shoot more, and other times when he shoots, he can't hit the net or he breaks a stick. I think he should shoot more. He's had 5 posts and crossbars. Even if you count half of those as goals, now he's tied or up there with the team in league scoring with 11 or 12 points. So I would rather him shoot than look for his pass all the time. I'd rather the good passers find him because I think he's got the best pure shot on our team along with Brock Besser. Great point. Okay, I've caught up. So actually I can go, Canuck for life. Oh, wow, you look good for 46. Why, thank you. It might be the Asian genes, or I'm sure, but thank you. Lego Rocks, how you doing? You're okay? I haven't watched your video yet today. I'm not sure if you went crazy tonight. Brandon, thank you for the donation. Love your videos. I really enjoy your streams after games. Keep up the great work. Brandon, thank you for the $5 donation. Very, very kind of you. Fangirl, did Jake Virtanen take a penalty night with all that hitting and a great game? No, Virtanen did not have any penalty minutes tonight. PD has smashed a lot of posts. Yes, he's hit 5. I heard another ding. Or was that a late... I'm still getting used to the Streamlabs thing. That might have been Brandon's donation, so thank you for that. Thoughts on the D'Angelo situation incident? Unfortunately, Dexter, is not surprising given the history, given everything from his political history to the way he's verbally abused officials, teammates in the past. I think it's a lot. There might have been things, a couple things overblown, like it was refuted that he refused to that he hid the puck from K'Andre Miller for his first goal. I don't believe in that kind of stuff, but I think there's enough. Where there's smoke, there's fire. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, what they're doing with this $4.8 million salary there. That's going to be a fascinating situation to watch, right? It's not only this year, but it's next year as well. Reaction Club, if you could bring back one Canuck player, who would you bring back? Mine would be Mason Raymond. I miss the spinoramas. Well, Reaction, that might be great from how good he looks on the ice, but if I could bring back any Canuck, I'd bring back Bure. I think the way that penalties are called right now, he would just dominate. He would dominate. Can you imagine him and PD and Miller or Besser on the same line, or even Horvat with Bure? They'd be, I think they'd be a pretty good combo. I that came up last stream, but I certainly like Bure for sure. Chris, thanks for the answers. You always make a great point. Thank you. I just say a lot of things and hope that something sticks, but I appreciate that. Do you think PD needs to skate the puck more and others? Yeah, he's a good puck handler for sure, but he's not the fastest. He is strong on the puck, but I don't mind other guys handling the puck and then getting it to PD for shots, but he's a good all-around player. I just think he needs confidence still, and he got a lot of it back playing against Ottawa, but he still needs a bit more for sure. Canuck for Life, does anyone here expect Virtanen to play 5 games in a row like tonight, or even say get 2 goals in that time? Me, nah. Yeah, Virtanen, consistency has been his issue, absolutely, and that's, he's 24, 25 years old now. He's not like an 18 or 19-year-old rookie, so we need him more. You should do a setup tour. You mean a setup of all my equipment, Jacob? Is that what you're saying? I'm not sure how exciting a video that would be, but thank you. Also, I think the problem with the PD line is they turn the puck over too much trying to keep the puck, then passing at the last second thoughts. Yeah, when they play hard and fast, they're good. But when they try to be too fancy or they almost try too hard, and what I mean by that is trying to force a play, force a pass. Besser is notorious for forcing passes. Miller overcommits. That's why Petrie was alone on that one goal. Yeah, I think when they try and do too much, but they are so good, they should really rely on their skill. They can't mail it in. They have to put in the effort, but rely on their skill and have confidence in their skill to play the right way. They can be very effective. We've seen that for sure. Fangirl, if we had Markey, would we have won against Montreal? Tough to say. I'm not blaming this on Holtby at all. We saw that Demko had his struggles with Montreal as well, but let's see how Demko does tomorrow. But I think it's too easy I don't think it's right to say that if we had Markstrom, we would have won that game. Dexter, the lotto line just cycles the puck so much, but it amounts to nothing. What do you think the lotto line needs to do to get some goals? I think they have to, once they gain possession, they got to make smarter plays, even more simple plays. None of this cross-ice passes trying to get through sticks and skates. Skate hard, make a good play, beat them with your skill, draw penalties, and then make them pay on the power play. Chris, seeing how Höglander is skating, being a young gun this year, do you believe he has a top 3 potential this year for rookies? There's a lot of good rookies. That defenseman out of New Jersey is playing well. Ty Smith, I think his name is. Kaprizov's playing well. I still think Lafreniere will come around. So, but Höglander's up there. He's in the top 5. He was 3rd in scoring before tonight, so I'm not sure if he's still there for rookies. Riley, if you played in the NHL, what team do you think would have drafted you? Oh, it'd be a team that maybe had a a kind heart for charity cases. If I played in the NHL, I'd be a wonderful motivator. I think I'd give the best pregame and intermission speeches. I might vlog while I'm in there. But on the ice, I've told you guys, I'm a good skater, but I have horrible hands. So think of any good skaters that have horrible hands, and that's me. I'd park my big fat butt in front of the net and hope that a puck or two bounces off me. I'm not afraid to take a cross check to the face or back to stand there, but that would be my job. Ethan, if the Canucks finish bottom 5-10, do you think Benning and or Green are fired? If they finish that low, I've always said that I think Jim Benning goes before Travis Green goes. Green can only do what he can with the players that he's been given. So I think that's more of an indictment on Benning more than Green. Inferno, league's learning to shut down the Lotta line. Thoughts, Clay? I think that's a fair point. The Lotta line with JT Miller with his first year here, last year, I think caught a lot of people by surprise. And I think, teams are just playing them harder. I think that's a very fair point. Reaction Club, if the Canucks offer you to play goalie in one game in exchange for a week of fame, like the Zamboni trip in Carolina, would you accept the offer? I think it would matter how much they pay me too. Like the fame would be awesome, but I'd get smoked. Like I get hurt. I'm pretty sure probably on the first or second. Although one time in our roller hockey league, we didn't have a goalie. So instead of forfeiting, we played 5-on-4, right? It's 4-on-4. We played 5-on-4. And they put me in net because, like I said, my big butt, this time I was trying to keep pucks out of our net. So I'm not afraid of the puck, but I'm pretty sure I'd get hurt. So, but would I do it? I don't care about the fame. You'd have to pay me. I don't care about fame. I really don't. You'd have to pay me. And not that I care about money that much, but you'd have to compensate me somehow for risking my life, I think. Tayyab, do you think if we played 56 games against Ottawa, we'd go 56-0? No, we wouldn't. But we'd go like 45-11 or 40-16 for sure. Not for sure. But no one's going to go 56-0. Not every team's going to beat Ottawa. So that's why, yes, it's one thing to say, oh, we beat Ottawa. It was just Ottawa. But we still beat them 3 times. You look back at the end of the season, we might not even beat them, all 9 times we play them. But you have to beat them 6, 7, 8, 9 times. The team that loses to them more or only wins 4 or 5, those might be the 4 to 6 points that keep you out of the playoffs. So let's not make excuses for beating Ottawa. I'm glad we did. We had to, for sure. Dexter, would you be better at reading starting lineup than JT Miller? No, he was very entertaining, and I think a little bit of swearing goes a long way. That's not my style, so I'd have to come up with some other things. Maybe I'd go with the motivational style or the quick wit style or the, hey, I'm good looking style, but I certainly wouldn't have the aggressive swearing style that JT Miller did. Riley says, I honestly think you would play for the Predators. Why is that, Riley? Give me a reason. Do I have a Nashville Predators vibe to me? I'm not sure if I want you to answer that. Jacob, who's been your favorite all-time Canucks goalie? Mine is Luongo, and that is a huge reason why I play AAA hockey as a goalie. Yes, Jacob, I know you play hockey, which is awesome. And yeah, Luongo is actually my favorite Canuck of all time. So not just my favorite goalie, but my favorite Canuck of all time. You guys know the story of how Marie and I did a song for Roberto Luongo after he got traded, and he reached out to me by DM, and he thanked me for the song, which is cool. And when Bieksa and Burrows and Kessler did their charity one, their chat with Sportsnet, there's a guy named Strongbone that went in on the chat, and I tweeted, I joked around, oh, Luongo's in here, and he's making, but then Luongo actually DM'd me and said that wasn't him. So that was the second time Luongo's DM'd me. Then I actually asked him if he would do a Zoom interview with me. So yes, I haven't told anyone this yet. I asked Roberto Luongo if he would do a Zoom interview, and he said, he was so classy, he goes, I hope I don't offend you, but not right now. But he said not right now. He didn't say no. So I'm holding out hope that when I loop back to Roberto Luongo another time, that he's going to say yes. Wouldn't that be amazing? Wouldn't that be amazing if I actually interviewed Roberto Luongo for a Zoom interview? With all due respect to Darren Drager and James Duthie and Dan Murphy, I think that would be my biggest get so far. How did I get talking about that? Oh yeah, Jacob asked me who my favorite player was. Akash, are the Canucks going to wear the black flying skate jersey this year? I'm not sure. I actually think that they have that four game homestand that they're going to play in the retro reverses. I think that black skate was one of the 4 that they had last year. Although they did bring out the stick and rink blue-green for this year. I don't know, but I haven't heard yet. It's my favorite jersey, as you guys know. Phil, Clay, do you see a lot of changes this coming off season? I do, just because a lot of the guys coming off the books. Does Edler resign? What about Pearson, Sutter? So I think and then you're 1 year away from getting out from underneath of Eriksson, Beagle, Roussel. So there's going to be a lot of changes over the next 2 seasons for sure. Gary, what you said earlier about Ottawa also applies to Canucks versus Montreal, though. Yeah, you mean going the other way, that Montreal's whooping us, right? What should we be looking for our top 2 lines tomorrow against the Habs? Chris, I just think they got to protect the puck. They got to protect the puck because even when they give up the puck, our defense hasn't proven solid enough to stop them. But right, it's team defense. It's not, you can't just blame the goalie or the 2 actual defense position guys. And I think they got to attack more, right? The more you attack, the more you get shots away, the less that Montreal has a chance to attack us. Now, you got to be smart in your attack because Montreal's got a great counterattack, as we've seen. But I think they got to play harder and play smarter. So easy to say, right? Super Bowl prediction. I have nothing against Tom Brady. I actually respect him a lot, but I think it's Mahomes' time. Let's go Kansas City 31-20. 31-20. That prediction will probably change like 5 times before Sunday, but that's okay. Dexter says, guess who I got on my fantasy team now, Clay? I have no clue, Dexter. Pavel Bure, I don't know. No. Did you get Demko? I don't know. Let me know who it is, or I can just look it up when I'm done here. Riley, you would be a perfect fit for the Predators system. Not sure why, but I'm intrigued. Do you support in trading Virtanen, or do you still have hope for him as a Canuck? Kami, I like Virtanen a lot. I wouldn't object to trading him, but how much value are we going to get really right now? It's kind of one of those things where we got to play him to up his trade value, but how much? What are we really going to get for him right now? So how you doing? Got to compensate Clay for risking his life so no one hacks him on here. People could be watching right now. You never know. Thank you. So how you doing? And Dominic said, Dominic and Evan would love a Luongo Zoom interview. Lose for Hughes? No way. You guys know I'm not into tanking. You know what? I love it. I actually noticed one thing I get a kick out of. Maybe this is my own ego being stroked here, my ego talking. I've noticed that more of you are being more confident in responding to other people's replies. More of you are replying to other people's comments on my videos, and it's answers that I would give, but you gave just as well. Like I've seen a couple of you mention that I don't like Tramkin, or that Winnipeg is my second favorite team, or that this is what I think about this guy. So I don't know. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. Is that a way of putting it? Where I love it. Now, obviously, only answer if you know what I'm going to say. Don't put words in my mouth. But it's been kind of cool thing to see. So I say that when I know someone recently said in an answer to Lose for Hughes that I don't believe in tank jobs, which is totally true. Yes, my channel would take off in popularity if I got Luongo, but it would be fine. The host likes Virtanen, but I totally disagree on him. HL player on best. The host, does that mean me or is that someone else? I'm the host. I'm not sure. Hey Clay, from Nick? Hey Clay, do you think we're wasting a chance to contend while Pete and Hughes on entry level deals? Hard to say because they're not at their best yet. But I'm curious what you think. Yeah, Thomas Drance has been the champion of this. And he even did that when he was on my Zoom last year. Right? We talked about this. They're entry level, meaning they're at their cheapest, but they're not necessarily at their best. I think Petey and Hughes still have another gear to get to. But I can see that reasoning that we have a lot of money tied up in a lot of players when they could be tied up in other players. Tom, should we sign Ovechkin? Not going to happen. Reaction, thank God we have Clay streams for the last few days. I was so bored that I actually rewatched the movie Spy Kids. And that's a movie I used to say. Reaction Club, I'm taking that as a compliment. Thank you. Yeah, I've been going as the Canucks been going. So I've been going every second night at least. It's pretty crazy because the Canucks have played the most games in the league right now. Thomas, hello Thomas. Thanks for joining us from the East Coast. East Coast. Toronto's not the East Coast, from Eastern Canada. Central Canada. Nick, do you think the length of PD and Hughes contracts will be their Stanley Cup window if they sign for 4 or more years? Yeah, that's true because you know 4 or more takes them to UFA, right? What was interesting is when Burke was saying that they're going to get identical contracts. I think they're going to get identical terms, but I'm not sure they're going to get identical money because you rarely see a defenseman make the same amount as a center, if considering that they're both franchise players, right? So I'm not sure about that. Dill Sauce, do you think our power play is a bit predictable? Yes, I do. Whenever they're too static and too predictable, that's when they are bad. They gotta change it. They gotta have more movement. Riley, if Undertaker played hockey, what position do you think he'd play? Oh, he'd be a defenseman. He'd be like Chara. He'd like choke slam guys in front of the net, give guy a tombstone in the corner. It'd be amazing. Would you trade for D'Angelo? No, Ashwin. He's not worth the drama to me, and we already have an offensive defenseman in Quinn Hughes. Oh, Dexter drafted David Perron in our fantasy league. Okay, we'll see how that works out for you. If Mahomes wins the Super Bowl, how many more do you think he's the GOAT? Also, I think he's got to get close to Brady to be even considered the GOAT. It's one thing to have regular season success and to be a freakish athlete, but you gotta perform in the Super Bowl. Looking for more questions as we're nearing the 45-minute mark. Chris, Clay, since you love Luongo so much, I got an awesome card for you, Clay. Get a hold of me, and I'll send it to you. Wow, that is very kind of you. Chris, can you send me your email address? I'm putting my email address in the chat now. No surprise here. You guys can email me anytime, but don't spam me. So, Chris, I put my email address in the chat just now. If you can send me a message with your email address, we can connect. I appreciate that. Thank you. Very kind of you. Lefty, could you tell me what you really like about Jake Virtanen? In my opinion, he is one of the worst defensive players I've ever seen in his own end. Lefty, what I like about Jake Virtanen is I like his, he's got the right skill set. He's got speed. He's got size. He can skate, especially for a guy his size. And he's got a great shot. He really does. He does not have a strong hockey IQ. So you can have all these skill sets, and not be able to put it together. So he's not my favorite player. I'm not saying that we must keep him. We can never trade him. I'm just saying I'm kind of agreeing with you from a standpoint of I think his time is done, but I'm not sure what we're going to get for him. It's kind of tough. Reaction Club, if you're able to, would you trade Holtby for someone like Fleury? Yeah, Fleury's going to take a backseat to Leonard, right? I'm still going to give Holtby a bit of benefit of the doubt. I really do. Clay, would you trade Virtanen for Sam Bennett? I would, but I don't think Calgary will. Host is you, Clay. Yes, Lefty. I figured that out, finally. Canucks can use some players from Hong Kong. Well, I don't know. They'd be pretty fast. Your moxie is the reason why you'd fit in the Predators system. Well, I appreciate that, Riley. I appreciate that. Now, that is not to say on another team Virtanen could be rejuvenated. That is true. That is true for sure. Here's a joke. What is Virtanen's favorite restaurant? I don't know, Dexter. What is Virtanen's favorite restaurant? Do I have to wait till you answer? Okay, we'll get to it. Yeah, Dexter, we want to know, were you happy the winners of the men and women's Royal Rumble? Women, yes. Bianca Belair. Men, no. Edge, as much as I like him, I hope he loses that title shot before WrestleMania. You don't need it going to 45, 50-year-olds. Are the Canucks going to make any more trades? Hard to say, Mark. I think it's too early to say right now still. I really do. Chris, I'll get a hold of you on Instagram. That's fine. Michael, how loose do you like your spaghetti? I don't even know what that means. Is that something dirty, Michael, or is that a legit question? I don't even know what that means. Jacob, if you could pick a celebrity outside the NHL to play a game with, who would you pick and what arena would you pick to play in? A celebrity outside the NHL to play a game with. You're talking about hockey, I presume. Like a celebrity? That's a good question. I think it'd be fun to celebrity. So I'm thinking of actor. I don't know. I really like Denzel Washington for some reason. I really like his movies. I'm not sure if he'd be the best hockey player, So I'm going to say Denzel Washington because I think I would really enjoy chatting with him around the hockey. That was the worst answer ever. I probably should have picked someone more like famous or at least someone who looks like they can skate. I don't know. Maybe Denzel can skate. I'm not sure. Alvin, have you been to Hong Kong? You can meet the Canucks fan club here. I love to. No, Alvin, I've been to Japan and the Philippines, but I've not been to Hong Kong. Clay has to think long and hard about what he likes about Vertanen. So you saw that pause as well. Steve, here's a joke. Oh, by the way, did Dexter give the answer to what restaurant Vertanen likes? Steve, here's a joke. What is Jake Vertanen's favorite thing to do when he plays for the Canucks? Okay, we'll see. Steve, what's the answer? Dexter, I got my new classes today, and there's a kid who's a Vegas fan. I asked him who his favorite player is, and he actually said Marchessault. Yeah, you're going to have to straighten that kid out, but don't fight. I'm not condoning violence for sure. Has to switch classes. Vertanen's favorite restaurant is Moxie's because it rhymes with the Roxy. Dexter, that's probably your worst attempt ever. Hello, Clay. I'm having a hard time becoming a member. I'm subscribed, but no luck. Any suggestions? Jay, I'm having a hard time becoming a member. Jay, if you want to donate by being a member, go to any of my other videos and there's a join button right beside the subscribe button. You can press that and then there's a 2-minute intro video and then it talks about my 3 levels of membership. I think that's what you're asking, Jay, but don't feel any pressure. No one should feel any pressure. I appreciate those that are able to spend and want to, but there's no pressure whatsoever. But I think that's what you're asking. How do you become a member is by any, and you got, I don't know. Those of you watching on your phone, I'm not sure if there's a join button when you watch on the phone. I know there's a join button when you watch from your computer. Fuego, Edge is your second cousin? Fuego, I know you wouldn't lie to me. That's pretty cool. Nick's got to go. Hopefully we're talking about Canucksmen. Yeah, Nick, I'll be coming on at 7 o'clock tomorrow as opposed to 10 o'clock tomorrow. Curious, which Canucks logo and jersey do you like the most? The black skate, which is what I got last year. Flying skate on black. Close second would be the stick and rink. What are your thoughts on Podkolzin and Trampkin coming back? Podkolzin, I'm excited about. Trampkin, I don't think we need him. People know my thoughts on him. I think this ship has sailed for their public skate. What, Steve, what was the answer again? Here's a joke. What is Jake's favorite thing to do when he plays for public skate? Very good, Steve. Thanks for that. No join button on iPhones. I couldn't figure it out. So yes, thank you, Chris. I think if you want to join, Jay, you have to do it from a computer. I'm pretty sure. Riley, if I could face one WWE legend, it would be Ricky Steamboat. Yeah. Grace, agility, strong enough, technical. Dexter, would you let Vertanen babysit your kids if they were younger? Dexter making up for his horrible jokes with a great question. No, I think I'd pick other people, to be honest with you. Who's your bottom 3 teams in the NHL? Teams that I don't like. I don't like Calgary. And that was before Mark Schmidt and Tanev went there. You guys know that. I don't like Calgary. I find Columbus just a very boring team, but I don't hate them. Arizona, there's no Calgary's the team I dislike, and teams that I find boring to watch are teams like Columbus and Arizona and the California teams right now. Edge is a chill guy, Adam. That's pretty cool. Thanks, Jay. I appreciate that. Okay, last couple. Tayeb, will Podkolzin play with Horvat in the second line or in the first line? No, I think he's a second line guy. Mark says, great job, thank you. Have you considered calling your fan club the CCP, Canucks Clay Fan Club? I haven't thought about that. I'll give it some thought. Vertanen will probably throw a party in your house. Yeah, maybe he'll give you the house tour and he'll end up doing my live stream. I plan to be a pro wrestler someday, even though I have autism. I wouldn't let that stop me. That's really cool. Good job today. Thanks, Rob. Lefty, I would pick Coach Green as babysitter and Vertanen the child. That's good. What do you think of Vertanen putting hits back to the Habs? Yeah, he's obviously trying to make an impact today. I thought he played a disciplined game. I could see Vertanen as a lazy babysitter, sits on the couch and eats junk food and watch movies. Yes, I'd come home and my snack table would be completely raided. The Blue Jackets have a nice jersey. Yeah, it doesn't mean I like how they play. And Rob was quiet tonight. Okay, there we go. Last 2 minutes. Right now, non-Canucks questions, and then we'll wrap this thing up. So last 2 minutes. Here we go. Give me your... Riley, if you could wrestle a wrestler, who would it be? Just for the sake of having a good match, let's go with, currently Daniel Bryan. I think that would be a lot of fun. And I think I'm almost as big as him. I'm probably way more than him. Chris says, love the stream. Thank you, Chris. Leave the video games to you, Levy. Very good. Any last question? What age did you have to start wearing glasses? Good question. University. Maybe early 20s or late teens, early 20s. Chris will get a hold of me on Instagram. Thank you. Best memory with your dad. Oh, fangirl. Great point. Maybe my wedding was one, and just any time playing video games and playing street hockey. People would come over to my house, knock on the door. I'd open the door and they'd say, "Hey, Clay, how are you? Fine, thanks. Can your dad come out to play with us?" Yeah, that was great. But yes, I think any sports things with my dad. Thank you for that question, fangirl. Your favorite game on your gaming console? Jacob, very boring. I just play sports games, so NHL. Have you ever seen that TV show, that 70s show? No, I don't watch it. I don't watch 70s show. I don't watch Big Bang. I don't watch Friends. I don't watch Seinfeld. I don't watch How I Met Your Mother. I don't watch any of those type of shows. Should Cena get another reign? No, PD, I think it's time for him to pass the reins on. Thanks for the info. I'm on iPhone, so thanks for info. No problem, Jay. Maybe if you get to a computer next time and you look up Canuck Clay on YouTube, you can join if you want to. Clay, do you see Line or Ulevi ever becoming Fortnite pros if hockey doesn't work out? I don't know how good they are on there, but at least they have a head start. Do you have a favorite Disney movie? Yeah, I like Soul. That was the most recent one, right? That's Disney. And I like Up. Also, Clay, what age were you when you got drunk for the first time? Left you all around? I've never been drunk in my life. I'll save that story. I'll save that story for tomorrow's live stream, but I've never been drunk, but I have a couple funny stories about that. Did you see Crosby attempt the mission goal? No, I will look that up. What would you do if you met Undertaker? I would say thank you. And I'd say you're a legend, and I would make sure I wouldn't make him mad. Do you like Ratatouille, Clay? Not to eat, but yes, I liked the movie. Okay, let's end it there. We're at 51 minutes. Thank you, everyone. We got up to 60 people, which isn't bad on a night the Canucks got pummeled and on a night where I started the stream 3 hours late because of a work engagement. So as I wind up, tomorrow night, I will watch the first period from work. I'll probably skip my Twitter intermission reflection so I can get home to watch the second and third period. And I'll come on regular time, 15 minutes after the final buzzer. So early live stream tomorrow night around 7 o'clock. Hopefully we're talking about a win. And then you can have the rest of the night to do whatever. I want to thank Patrice789 for being my newest member, all-star member. Thank you, Patrice, if you're still here. And Brandon Hunt, thank you for the $5 donation tonight. Really appreciate it. So for the rest of you, thanks for sticking with me tonight. You guys know I don't take you for granted. You could be doing anything else, but you're talking Canucks with me. Let's hope for a better performance tomorrow. If they win tomorrow, they take 1 out of 2 from Montreal. Everything is going to our master plan if that's indeed the case. So once again, subscribe if you'd like to. Like this video before you go and consider becoming a member. All new members and members who joined since I started membership a week ago entered in a draw for $25 gift certificate to Van Base and the team store. All right, and for those of you that are franchise or higher, are going to start working on the perks. The first one will be the members only live stream for franchise and higher, and that will be on Sunday night, February the 14th, Valentine's night at 10 p.m. Okay, guys, you guys know what's coming. I see a couple comments, anticipation in the comments. You guys know I read all those last comments as I end the stream. So once again, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. Have a great night. God bless, and go Canucks go. Booyah.